update and also to update my community page in regards to donations to the fundraiser for the Sky King 1 project. The Sky King 1 project has been a big success. The first 2 days that I explained that I was going to buy a drone and drone the public beaches and public restaurants and public streets of the Philippines, and more specifically some out-of-the-way islands, starting at the north end of Cebu and working my way down to the south end of Cebu to where the whale sharks are. I'm going to blog Bantayan Island and several restaurants that I've seen reviews for, and I want to just go check out, reconnoiter the beaches there. Basically, I want to see if there are any coral reefs on Bantayan Island, because divers, people that come to the Philippines to go diving, I don't know if there's coral. I've never seen Bantayan Island advertised as a great place to do diving. I'm not sure if it is or not. The only way to really find that out, I can't Google it, there might be a reef there. And if there's a reef there, I'll do some reef diving. Now, digressing back to my Sky King 1 videos and the updates, let me read my mail. I think I have 9 emails for the things I ordered yesterday. I really don't want to put the order numbers on there, but I can show you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I can show you 5 orders that are processed, and they should be here starting, well, they said the 18th, which is tomorrow, from the 18th to the 24th. Now that's for the first drone I ordered was $600, but I'm not going to use that drone. I'm going to send that drone back. That was the Mavic Mini SE2, or no, excuse me, Mavic Mini SE Sierra Echo, and that was $650. And then I'll just digress a little bit. Everybody said, Mike. I'm going to look at your comment in a minute. That looks like an intelligent comment. Just give me a moment, Mr. Nice Guy. Okay. It doesn't have obstacle avoidance, front, back, or either side. That's something I didn't know much about. But when I ordered the drone, it's always after the fact. Everybody said, Mike, if you can afford obstacle avoidance, get that. So that was an extra $1,000. Well, it was an extra $700 because you have to buy a different battery pack, a different Fly More combo kit. So I debated on whether or not to do it, and I let the order on the page. You know, you have 3 days to cancel while it's in the process mode. Well, I didn't cancel it, and then the order went through where it was going to be shipped, and then I got mail from every drone pilot that has been watching my videos. They said, don't get the one with obstacle avoidance. And my friend in New York has the Mavic 3, and he said get that also. And I highly praise my friend's advice. So, okay. So I couldn't cancel that order. So I went and looked for the one that best matches what everybody said I should have. And of course, that one would be the Mavic 3. But the Mavic 3 is $3,000. I don't want to spend $3,000 on a drone. I'm going to check your comment in a minute. Thank you. I read it, but I'll read it aloud. Then, so the one that comes closest to it, there's a fella. Let me get that video up. I'll give you his name. He does comparison videos. It's on my homepage, on my playlists page. He did a comparison between the Mavic 3 at $3,000 and the Mavic Air 2S, as in Sally. Not the Air 2. The Air 2S, as in Sally. That's some sort of an upgraded, something internal, electronic was upgrades. So it does different things. But anyway, the Air 2S, the Mavic Air 2S has vertical, down, so top, bottom, front, and back obstacle avoidance. Not on the sides, not 90 degrees to the sides. You got to be careful with that. So the Sky King 1 is going to be the name of the drone. Everybody likes the name. I like the name. It's a great name. Sky King 1, my first drone. So, especially the great Aloe de Winter, nobody's praise do I praise more highly, do I look more forward to and enjoy more than the great Aloe de Winter. He's such a funny guy. You know, there's things that you want to share, funny things that you want to share with people in life. I wish I could share the laughter that Aloe and I have with one another. I'm serious, too. I'm not even kidding about that. And then even Bopsy and Captain Jack and a few other people that interact with Aloe, they, throughout the last couple of weeks, have said exactly what I said, that when you talk to Aloe in person, it's like talking to the person who taught Don Rickles humor. Don Rickles was a big comedian back in the 70s, or any of those guys. Those guys were some of the funniest guys in critical comedy. Aloe is right up there with some of the best comedians that I've ever spoken with in my life. So I went from Aloe. In fact, I believe I'm going to put Aloe's name on the front of the drone. And I was thinking about his name. Aloe de Winter, yeah? Now, in France, there's a song, Aloysius. There's a name. I wonder if he derived his name from that song. I've been thinking about his name. So, Aloe, his name is going to go on the drone. It's going to be free, too. I'm not going to charge him to put his name on there. Because Aloe has done so much for me in the past 2 months that he could probably charge me for his services. You have no idea how smart Aloe is and how comforting it is to talk to somebody that smart. He's really smart. Digressing back, I'll read this comment that the man wrote in a minute. I went from a $600+ drone to a $1,350 drone. The first drone is coming. I'm going to send it back. It's not going to cost me anything at all. There'll be a full refund for $640, whatever it is. The second drone, though, is a total of $1,300. So today's update is, as of 2 days ago, I had $625. I added $200 from my Patreon account. That's $825. And I consider that because I'm taking that money away from another project that I'm working on. So that's $825. And then in the last 24 hours, there was an additional $200 that came in on my PayPal account from an anonymous source. I don't know who the person is. So that's $825, $925, which is my birthday, 10.25. So we'll just round it out that so far $1,000 has come in collections for the drone. Now, of that first $625, I have to pay $200 in taxes. So I'm going to take $200 off $1,025. So I'm going to say I collected $825 before I pay my 3% tax to the Philippines government. So let's say I collected $800. The drone cost $1,350. So far, that $1,300 drone with the orange floaty so you can land on the water, with the hard case that you put the batteries, the extra propellers, the charging unit, the quadcopter itself, and a special bag inside the hard case that is protects the batteries. If the batteries were to expand, it's a legal case that you can fly with the batteries. If you don't have that case, the airlines can stop you, and you won't be able to bring the batteries on. Then you'd have to buy batteries wherever you go. Hey, Bruiser. How you doing, Bruiser? Thanks for stopping by. So that's with the case. I'll show you the order. There's a lot of people here on this page. I'm not sure you want to see them. Not sure I want to show them to you. Let's just take a little look here. We have 1 Lazada order, 2 Lazada orders, 3 Lazada's orders, 4. We can't show you that email. Can't show you that one. Okay. I think I could show this to you now. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 orders are being processed. And then I'm going to read the comments. That'll be 60 seconds from now. So just to let you know, I'm not kidding about this. We have the top one. The order is, the delivery date is tomorrow. Drone order being processed. And there's 2 more on the bottom, but there's a name with an order number I don't want you to see on the bottom. So 5, 6, 7 orders. 7 orders. The first drone, the second drone, the floaties, the carry case, the special 6-way battery charger, the extra intelligent battery, and one other thing. I don't know. I've been playing. One other thing. I don't know. I've been playing with this for so long. Seven items will be here within the next 5 days. So long. Seven items will be here within the next 5 days. So let me read the comments. And somebody was kind enough. Mr. Nice Guy said, Bentayan has no diving. Malapascua, that is also northern of Cebu, is some of the best diving in the world. Okay, well, we may just do that. I am certified open water too. Thank you for that piece of information. I'm going to look that up. I'm going to write it down. I'm going to write that down. Thank you. Hold on. I'm going to write that down. Because I think I want to get some diving in. If I go there and you say it's some of the best diving in the world, I'll definitely do that. M-A-L-A-P. M-A-L-A-P. ASCUA. ASCUA north of Cebu. I might check that out. I'll look that up later. I don't know. I would believe it has some of the best diving in the world because I went to Palawan and I dove the 5 Japanese warships that are in Palawan. And those, first of all, it's warm water. Second of all, the wrecks are in 100 feet of water, which I like deep dive. I'm really good at that. And then a lot of people don't want to do deep diving. Because a lot of people are, once they start to lose the ability to see the surface and the bubbles are going up, and a lot of people don't like that. It's really dangerous at 100 feet, but I like that. But the Japanese war wrecks, when I went there the last time in 2015, they actually had the guns, the anti-aircraft guns, and the bullets that are about that long were actually on the deck next to the gun, just laying there in a pile. No one ever took them. I couldn't believe that. The actual bullets from World War II warships, that's 1940, 60, 70, 80 years, those bullets have been laying in the water, and no one took the bullets. Come on. That's unheard of. That's a beautiful thing. Mobile is the other great dive place. Bantayan is only beaches. Nice, but swimming only, says Mr. Nice Guy. That's what I kind of figured. That's kind of what I figured. But I want to do some other things on the island. I hear there's some beautiful fish ponds on the inside of the island, and I just want to go away for a couple of days, and I want to do I'm going to do like I do the reviews locally, the pizza places and the foods. By the way, the food at the Bellevue, the breakfast went from 680 pesos 2 days ago to 808 pesos. So now it's about $17 for breakfast. Still the best buffet you're ever going to get for $17. But it did go up 20%. Quite a bit. It's quite a big jump. But they have to. Everything else went up 20%. It's just not possible to maintain the prices. You have to keep up with the cost of doing business. Otherwise, they go out of business. Not only that, the economy, they're taking the economy away from the hotel by making it so difficult to travel to the Philippines that instead of having hotels booked at 50 to 60, 65% at this time of the year, the hotels are at 20 or 15% capacity. Not fair. They have to make it up somewhere, and they made it up by adding 20%. All food prices, all buffet, all food prices went up 20%. Bruiser is a funny dude. The one I purchased is a much bigger model. I don't know what the maximum lifting capacity is, but it does have, there are options on some of the drones. I'm not sure about the Air 2S. There are options to put a mechanism with a hook on it, and then you can carry a payload, if you were rock climbing and you were up on top of a mountain and you needed extra batteries, you could send the drone down, and you could put the batteries in a bag with a hook on it and a string, and it'll pick up the batteries, or a sandwich, or a can of soda. I'm not sure what the lifting capacity for that drone is. I would imagine the lifting capacity of the drone has to be at least a pound, because the pontoons, the pontoons, the double pontoons, these are double pontoons, the ones I ordered, they weigh 34 grams, so that's about 38 grams. That's about almost an ounce and a half, and it doesn't interfere with the flight at all. So I would imagine it would pick up a pound. I'm not sure. They have bigger drones that can pick up 5 or 6 pounds. Mozzarella cheese on the Zata. I didn't know about that. Mutts. They got mutts on Lazada. I might order some of that. I haven't had a good piece of cheese. The cheese we get here in the Philippines has some kind of weird oil in it. I can't eat it. So that's the update. Thank you, Bruiser, and thank you, Mr. Nice Guy. Thank you very much. So, see, I won't bring my regulator. I like to use my own regulator, my own gear, although it's so old now, it's not really. There's so many places rent good gear now. I've rented gear, not here in the Philippines, but in America where the regulators leak and you have to change the regulator and everybody else is in the water and they're looking for a regulator or a repair kit. No, I don't like to do that. Okay. I'll look at GTO side. Okay. GTG. Thank you. I'll look that up. I'll put it down. Mutts. Mutts on Lazada. So that's the update for the drone. Now, if anybody else wants to donate for the drone, I'm not real. Now, you have to understand something. I went out on a limb here. I was the one who spent $650 plus $1,350. That's $1,950. I have $1,950 out on my drone, and I've only collected $825. So far out of pocket, I have $1,100 out of my pocket to go because I want to start blogging the different areas in the Philippines. So when you hear people saying I'm scamming people for the money, it's not like I took the money. See, that person that you hear saying he scammed everybody for the money. A scam is when you take the money and you don't use the money for the intended purpose. So far, I haven't gotten the money, and I spent more than twice the money that I expect I will collect because I set a goal. I expect I'll collect that much for the goal once I fulfill my obligation to my subscribers and the people that want to see me do what I said I was going to do. So, a scam is, this guy doesn't get it. A scam is when you take somebody's money and you don't use it for the intended purpose. Now, who do we know that does that? Quite a few people. Quite a few people have done that. There was one guy that took up a collection for the local children in his area, and they didn't get enough. He only got $100. So being that he only got $100, he gave it to his girlfriend and her children, which it went to children. But it didn't go to the children that the money was collected for. That's a scam. That's a scam. Another time, he collected money for something else. And he didn't get enough money to really make it worthwhile doing what he said he was going to do. And he gave somebody that needed a bed. Okay, but it wasn't what the money was for. That's a scam. Me, I'm telling you, I'm going to buy a drone when I get the money, and then I didn't wait for the money. Then I went and bought the drone, not one but two drones, because I didn't like the idea that I bought the wrong drone the first time. So now I'm out two drones, the money for two drones at $1,950, $650 I'm sending back, and I'm still into the project for $1,350 because there's a suitcase, the outside bag, that's $50. So I'm into the project for $1,350. I collected $850. So far, a $1,350 drone cost me $500. But what about my expenses for traveling? You guys want to see a certain thing happen, you should be happy to send me money. You should say, Mike, I can't wait for this thing to happen. I want this thing to happen. like you're the man. You're going to take care of this thing that everybody else has neglected over the years. You're going to do this thing. We're going to send you money. You guys think that I'm kidding. I expect you to pay for the drone, and I expect you to help pay for my vacation. And if you don't, then you should expect me to just show you as much respect as you showed me. I'm the one that's going to take the time to go on the trip and blog these places. I'm the one. People get paid to do this all over the world. People get paid to go do reviews, to go do hotel reviews. In the Philippines, probably the only country in the world where you could sit down and give a restaurant the best review for the food that they have 2 or 3 nights in a week, and at the end of the week you do the third review. For 2 hours you're in the restaurant, you spend 1,500, 2,000 pesos. They won't even give you a soda here. This is the only country in the world where you can go eat in a restaurant 3 times a week for 6 months. And they won't even throw you soda at the end of the day. I brought 7 people into a pizzeria 2 years ago. The bill was, it was like 2,800 pesos. It was like 400 pesos each person. And few days before that, I went to that restaurant with my friend Mai, and we spent 1,500 pesos. We both took a pie home. So I gave them reviews for the restaurant, for the pizza. I said this is by far the best pizza for the money, and it's a good pie, and it's a local place, and the place is clean, and it was a good pie, and the place was clean. But you're paying $10 for a tiny little pie like this. It should be good. So, grand total, 2,800 pesos for 7 people that we whacked up the bill. And 1,500, that's 38 and 5 is 4,300 pesos. That's $86. $86 I spent in that restaurant for those 2 meals that week. And then I went into the restaurant again with a different person. And I did a food review. And I said to the owner, I said, look, I've done like 5 videos for you for Facebook, and 5 food reviews. And he posted all my videos. My videos are posted on his page. I left them up. And the bill was 2,100 pesos and some small change. So it was 2,100. Now, that's not what we ate, but I ordered a pie, she ordered a pie. The pies were $5.25 each with the toppings. That was $1,050. And then I ordered a pie to take home and a calzone. So it was like 2,150 pesos. And I said to the owner, I'll tell you what, I did 5 videos for you this week. Excellent food reviews. You posted them on your Facebook page. I gave you now $120 in US dollars in cash money. You give me the meal for 2,100 pesos. Take off the 50 pesos. No, sir. I will go broke if I start giving people discounts. Now, that was 2.5 or 3 years ago. I posted his videos. I gave him a good review, and I never went back, ever. I never will go back. He couldn't give me a 50 peso discount when I gave him $120 worth of business. $1. I wanted $1. I thought that was reasonable. It was just a test. Not that I didn't have the money, but it was a test. I just gave you $121. Take $1 off. No, sir. If I do that, I'll go broke. Okay. I posted the videos. I sent it to his Facebook page. I left the videos up. They're still there. and I'll never go back to his restaurant. His restaurant is clean, the food is good, but the prices are outrageous. $10 for a pizza pie this big. $10 for a 10-inch pizza pie, and the crust isn't much thicker than a baseball card. It's just not worth it. Now, I even tried his restaurant because the other restaurant, the other pizzeria I was going to, I went to the other restaurant for 3 years. And, well, that closed down because of the lockdown, so there wasn't another option. But in 3 years, that pizzeria, they never even offered us a soda. Nothing at all, ever. It's the only country in the world you could go into a restaurant 2 or 3 times a week and they won't give you 10 pesos off the bill. They don't do it. Unheard of discount, no matter how much business you give them. And that was when business was smoking, big time business. Before the lockdown, the other restaurant, whose name, notice I don't mention their names, because I'm not going to criticize. That's their policy. They don't give discounts. I don't have to eat in there, and I just don't go there and eat. The food is excellent in both places. Service is excellent in both places. Both places are immaculate clean, but if I give you a certain amount of service, I expect something back in return. You don't have to do it, and I don't have to go to your restaurant, and I don't have to make videos for other people to go to your restaurant. So there's the give and take. Here you just give, and they just take. Okay, I don't go back. So I went to other places, and I found other places to eat. Some of them good, some of them bad. But if there's no reciprocity, no discount, the owner comes over to the table, thanks, it was a great video, thanks for making, and people come and they saw the review and they come, doesn't mean anything to them. Ask them for $1 off the bill, off a $30 bill, and they'll tell you they can't do it. They'll go broke. It's a strange place, the Philippines. I worked in restaurants all my life. If the owner of the restaurant comes to your table and greets you, in the Italian restaurants that I worked in, they always give you something, a glass of wine, a soda, bottle of wine if there's 12 people at the table and they're all eating like gavons, which means a lot of food. Here they give you nothing. And then that's the way it is. When I ate at the prawn farm, how many times did I eat at the prawn farm? 20 times? 25 times? They never gave me anything. I never asked, but they never offered a discount or a free meal. And every week I did a video for them. They just don't do it here. It's a strange place. It's strange that they don't understand good business, because good business would be, if that guy would have took off the 50 pesos, that would have meant I gave him the videos anyway. I didn't penalize him because he wouldn't give them. I just never went back to his restaurant. But I would say, okay, he can't give much, but he gave something. No, they'd give you nothing here. They have it never even crosses their mind to give you anything ever here. Nothing, ever. Ever. It's a strange place, the Philippines. I never lived any place like this. Yeah, the donuts and the orange soda for the police. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, well, I have to go see the police when I get to Bantayan Island. I need to get some addresses for different locations. So if the police are going to be hard to give me the exact location, I'll just go across the street and buy donuts, chocolate cake, and orange soda. And I'll hold the box of donuts in the air like this, and the chocolate cake. They put the string on the top, and I'll say, Officer, Lieutenant, you are going to help me find these certain locations. These are donuts. This is chocolate cake. I have orange soda in my bag. Please give me the location. And when I'm doing this, it's going to be in a very methodic way. I'm going to hypnotize them into wanting to give me the information I ask. And subconsciously, by going like this with the donuts and the chocolate cake, subconsciously they know that they're going to get the donuts and the chocolate cake. And when they give me the information I request, I'll say, oh, and by the way, these donuts and this chocolate cake and this bottle of orange soda, this is for your police station. Thank you very much. They're gonna remember me forever. Forever. That guy, what happened? When I walk out, they're gonna go, what happened? What happened? What just happened? We just gave him information on where to find the best pizzeria. And we just gave him information on where to find, the best real estate agent in town. And we don't even remember what his name was or what he looked like. I'm going to put them in a trance when I have the donuts and the chocolate cake and the orange soda. They're going to say, what just happened? It's going to be like I don't know what you call that. They're not going to remember. It's like you are getting sleepy. You're going to give me the information. These are donuts. This is chocolate cake. Please give me the information. Yes, sir. And when I walk out, they'll go, where did this chocolate cake come from? Where did we get these donuts? They'll forget the last 10 minutes of their workday. Anyway, the donuts and the orange soda for the police. Thanks for reminding me about that. True Discount says Mr. Fluffy, and refunds are 99% impossible. And that man, Mr. Fluffy, nails it. Nails it. Where I would have said it if I would have thought about it, but he nails it. They don't seem to care if you ever go back to their establishment, whether they make money or not. That is the mindset of a worker in those places. The workers are never going to get. But I asked the owner in one of the places for a discount, and the owner said no. If he does that, he'll go out of business. The other places with the workers, never going to get a discount. Ever. Ever. Daisy and I used to eat in a beautiful restaurant in Alona Beach called Payag, P-A-Y-A-G. It's not there anymore. I just went by there 2 hours ago. It's gone. The building is closed up. There's a new Payag right across the street from St. Augustine Church up in Poblacion, where I live. That Payag that used to be over there is closed. New people, don't even know the people in there now. Ate there twice. The food was pre-cooked. I want my food cooked fresh. It was pre-cooked on charcoal, so they said the skin was rubbery, it was soft, it wasn't crisp. At the place in Alona Beach, they cooked it right on charcoal fresh. Everything was crispy. I like my chicken crispy. They gave me chicken with fatty skin twice, and I just won't go back. But ate there once a week on Sunday night. She did Zumba, and after Zumba, every week for 3 years, 2 years, 2.5 years, we went to that restaurant. 2.5 years. Maybe we went twice a month for 2.5 years. Never a free meal, never a soda, nothing, ever. 2 years, probably went there 50 times. That's not an exaggeration. Every Sunday night she did Zumba. Every Sunday night that was our night out to have dinner. If we didn't do that, I would go to the pizza place. She would not go to the pizza place. She wanted chicken and rice. She would go to Payag and I would go get pizza. Never had a discount. So since I've been in the Philippines, Nobody's ever given me a discount in any restaurant or hotel that I ever entered into. If there's an agreement for a discount, if you get 2 or 3 days, they give you that. They keep their agreement. But when I lived in the Golden Prince Hotel in Cebu, I moved in January 14th, and I stayed there until March 13th or 14th. So that was February, March, 60 days. I gave them 39,000 pesos a month for my seventh floor apartment. But I paid water and electric. So I gave them about 50,000 pesos a month, where at the time I was paying about $1,300 a month when the peso was like 33 pesos to the dollar back in 2014. So I was paying about $1,300 a month. But you got free breakfast. The breakfast alone was worth 250 pesos for the buffet. So 30 times 250 is 9,000 pesos a month in free breakfast. So take 9,000 off of 9,000 pesos, which is, say, $200. Take that 200 off the 13. Now I'm paying $1,100 a month. And then that was with water and electric. And no free dinner, nothing like that. So paid $1,100 a month for 2 months. And on Friday night, I would spend 675 pesos for the buffet, which was excellent. Oh, God, they have some of the best chefs in the world there. So figure 5 more buffets. So I give them another 4,000 pesos in a month in the buffet. I'd eat there about 4 or 5 nights a week. So figure 1 or 2 nights a week. So figure another $100 a week in dinners. So I was spending $1,500 a month in the hotel. And the day I was leaving, and the owner used to come and, oh, what a bunch of wonderful, they're Chinese. Very good, very congenial owners. Very, very nice people. Very smart people. Very good business people. Not so good, but in general. And they would sit down when you had breakfast, and they would talk to you and tell you where to go and ask if you wanted to go to church with them, because they were church-going people, God rest their souls. And I don't know, $1,500 a month in a country where the average worker was making $4 a day, and they owned, and this is true, you could look it up if you could look it up. They owned that hotel, which was 8 floors. They were preparing to build a 12-story hotel right next door, 84 more rooms. And they were building it whilst I was there. So they had that hotel, which was about 60 rooms. They were building 84 more rooms next door to that. That was one son had 84 rooms. Another son had about the same amount of rooms a few blocks away. And the daughter had about the same amount of rooms in another place a few blocks away. Next door to where they were building the hotel, they owned an actual bank. It was their bank. And they also owned a pawn shop. And that building that was 4 stories high with rentals, apartments. Well, these were some of the richest people. These owners would go back. The actual owner was 83, a man. His wife was in her late 70s, a woman, Chinese. man, Filipino woman. So they went back to 50, 60 years in Cebu. They owned business. They owned hundreds of businesses. They would buy up entire sections of land for investment properties. So when I was leaving, I said to the owner, you think, it was a hamburger I used to buy. It was 175 pesos, about $4.50 because the peso was 32 pesos to the dollar. I said to him, you think you could give me this because I used to buy the hamburger for lunch all the time. I mean, 2-3 times a week. I had that hamburger for lunch. You think you give me this hamburger for free? No, sir. No, sir. If we start giving away food, we will go broke. They all say the same thing. So I had been making dozens and dozens and dozens of videos for the Golden. Every day I made a video or 2 videos. They were still all up on my other channel. I didn't take them down. But my point is that I spent $6,000 in their hotel in foods and, well, actual physical money, $4,000. And then I brought at least $2,000 worth of business to their hotel because people wanted to come and see the hotel after I made videos about it. So they did $6,000 in business. They wouldn't give me a $4 hamburger. Their prerogative. But they don't give you anything here. So this fella says 99% of the time, you're not going to get a discount. It's not a question that they don't care here, Mr. Fluffy. It's their mindset. It's not just if it was only the employees, you could understand that the policy is no discounts. But I asked the owner directly at the Golden Prince, and that man and I used to have breakfast every day, 7 days a week. And this guy that was his job. He was the maitre d' of the restaurant. He was the owner. He was there every day making sure everything was perfect. The food was cooked perfect. There was never a shortage of any food that was on the menu. He did his job well, but he was not going to give us a discount under any condition at all. And the funny thing is, the Golden Prince Hotel was notorious for one of the things that put the Golden Prince on the map was that it was a tourist destination to pick up tour guides, women that do tour guides all over Cebu. Now I didn't know that when I just happened, the cab driver took me to that hotel when I got off the plane, and I don't do that anyway, so I wouldn't do that no matter. But that hotel was notorious for that, and there were people from all over the world that came to date the college girls. It's not my thing. I came here to do scuba diving and snorkeling, and there's no scuba diving and no snorkeling in Cebu. Nothing. Zero. Except where that man said down in Mobile, I think he said, by Argo, A-R-G-O. There's some scuba diving. Let's see. Where did he say there was? Mobile. Other great diving place. Mobile is not a great diving place. It's where you see the whale sharks. You can go there. There's no good reefs in Mobile. But I know what you're saying. It's the whale shark destination. And then down south of Cebu is the whale sharks also in Argo, A-R-G-O. So you're never going to get a discount. It's a strange place. It's a strange place. And there's no way, it's going to take anybody that moves here 6 or 7 years, 5 years, to understand the mentality of the people here. It's a strange place to live. You hear the music in the background? It doesn't bother me because this is the way it is. This is the culture. It's a very noisy culture. You'll get one guy with a one of those karaoke machines. You get another guy with a radio, and one guy makes it a little louder so he can hear his music, and across the street makes it a little louder so they can hear their music, and then the guy up the block puts his on because he can't hear his music. And there's no animosity between anybody, but it's just so loud. That music that you hear in the background is coming from 175 feet away from here. That's a long way to hear music, 175 feet away. That's how it is here. You walk down the beach to where the huts are on the beach, the little bamboo huts I show you all the time. There'll be 6 different people playing their music at full volume. Can't hear anything. People try to talk to me to say hello. I say, I can't hear you. Have a nice day. I can't hear anything. How do you hear over 6, 7, 8, 9 different music boxes blasting at the same time, all within 10 feet of each other? One is 10 feet away from the other, which is 10 feet away from the other, and they don't seem to mind. I don't care. I don't associate with them. I'm not going to sit down and have lunch with them. If they ask me, I tell them, no, I had lunch. I don't get involved with the locals that much. If I don't know them, those are people that come from Tagbilaran and Danau, and they come to the beach. And if you'd say hello to them, they're very, very, very gracious. Would you like to have? They like to offer you alcohol. Well, I don't drink alcohol, so that's out. And then they want to offer you some of their foods, and I won't do that either. Not the food is good food, but I don't really want to stop. I'm usually on my way to go do something or coming back from doing something. But the music, it takes forever to understand the music, that how loud it is. And then you get another. You go to the city and there's a guy with blasting music out of his store so loud that you can't possibly hear any. I don't care if you have ears like a bat. Can't hear anything. You got to ask the guy to shut the music off. And then they get upset because they think the music brings people into their store. Their mentality with the amount of, they think the more noise to make, the better it is. There's a store, a thrift shop that sells, what we call it a rag shop. They buy bundles of 50-kilo bags of clothes, shirts, shoes, socks, pants, shorts, sweaters, bags. And that music in that store is so loud that even if you were 2 feet away from the person at the counter, they can't hear you and you can't hear them. You just put the money on the counter and they'll tell you how much it is. You can hear that. But if you tried to have a conversation, no. It's so loud in that store. So I go in there to buy stuff once in a while. You know me, I love to have new clothes every day. I like to try on different shirts and different pants, and I'm a clothes horse, basically. I have 100 different outfits that I like to wear on any given day. Each day I pick a different color, and then I coordinate the color of the shirt with the color of my pants. And then if I'm painting, I coordinate the color of the shirt with the pants and the paint I'm going to use that day. Unless I feel exotic, then I use a different color paint than the shirt and the pants I have on, and I'll just splash a little paint on me, and I'll do like a Van Gogh on my shirt, you know, like that. Let me read the I'm going to end this live stream. I said what I had to say. Mr. Fluffy says, I always say it's like living in a jet engine. The noise it's amazing. And that's nothing. Well, today is Sunday, okay, but this music is every day. Every day. There's a party Friday there was a party. I don't know how loud the music was. The music was so loud, I couldn't hear my computer speakers. That's how loud the music was. What's the purpose of that? I don't know. That's how loud it was. I had to actually turn up my speakers to number 30 to hear what was on YouTube, which wasn't important to begin with, so it really was no big deal. But that's how loud the music was. They had, I don't know, I didn't go look because I don't care how much noise they make. I don't know how many speakers or what size. They could have had one of those. They have karaoke machines that have 24-inch subwoofer speakers on both sides, and then tweeters and stuff in the front, and then speakers up on top. They have some exotic karaoke machines, $2,500, $3,000 karaoke machines. Very, very loud machines. And that's what I think they had next door, because they were doing karaoke and music. Plays music and karaoke. They just make a lot of noise. It's hard to live here. If you don't like noise, and you live in a province, I don't know how it is in all provinces, but here it's noisy, very noisy here. Okay, so thanks for watching. Thanks, Mr. Nice Guy, for the information about diving. Thanks, Bruiser, about the information for the mozzarella. Thank you, Mr. Fluffy, for confirming that there are no such things as discounts in the. I could give you an example. I mean, another example, and this is. I spent a lot of money on equipment and supplies. They know the boss gives me 5% discount. They know that. It's on the bill. The secretary in the office, I don't know who she is to him. I have no idea. But they know I get 5% discount. They know it's a fact. It's not a thought process. They're in the office. I say, you give me my 5% discount? Of course, he always says yes. Well, the last time I went in there, I had to buy, not so much, 10 pipes at 650, 7,000 pesos for something, for a job I'm doing. 7,000 pesos in pipes. And then another 52 clamps with $2 a clamp, $100, 8,600 pesos. Okay? It's just under, about $200. And I went into the office, and he was on lunch. And I said to the secretary, I'm going to buy, this order. You give me my discount? No, sir. All right, why no, sir? Sir John is not here. I said, yeah, but you know he gives me a discount. Yes, sir. They know that. They didn't disagree. I said, well, okay, can you give me the discount? No, sir. So why won't you give me? You have to get the discount from Sir John. I'm going, but he gives me a discount for 5 years. Yes, sir. But you have to wait for him. So I said, well, okay, what time will he be back? Maybe 3 o'clock, sir. So it was like 12 o'clock. Lunch had just started. I don't know where he was. So I just put the paper on the desk, and I said, well, when he comes in, I tell him that I was here, and to fill out the paper, fill out the bill, and the bill is what, 8,600 pesos. Take 10%, that's 860 pesos. Take half of that, that's 430 pesos. Tell him to take my 5% off, my 430 pesos off the bill. Yes, sir. And I went back the next day, and the discount was off the bill, and I picked up the material. But the secretaries couldn't give me the discount. They know he gives me the discount. The same secretary in the same office with the same boss and the same owner of the company for 5 years, and they wouldn't give me a discount. But and then I said to John, I don't call him Sir John, They call him Sir John. I said, hey, John, they won't give me a discount. Yes, sir. Those are the rules. And can you tell them that when I come in to give me a discount? No, sir. I said, so when you're not here, I don't get the discount. If I bring the bill back, will you give me the discount the next time I come in? You take 5% off? No, sir. The discount is we only avail the discount for that day. I said, okay, then I'll only order when you're here. And that was it. That's it. They have no discounts. He would rather lose. I went in there with an order for several 100,000 pesos. I put it on his desk. And I said to him, this is 285,000 pesos, this order. How much is it? And then he broke down each item. It's 285,000 pesos. And he said, it's 285,000 pesos, sir. So what about my discount? Oh, yeah, that's right. So I said, for this order, you give me 10%. No, sir, 5%. So I said, well, you know, let me tell you something, John. I can go to this hardware store in the city. I already have a price. And the whole order is only going to come out to 266,000 pesos. So I'm going to save 20,000 pesos. Now, with your 5% off 286,000 pesos, 286 is 2,800 pesos. Half of that is 1,400 pesos. Excuse me. 286,000 pesos is 28,000 pesos, 10%, that's 14,000 pesos. 14,000 pesos from 286 is 272,000 pesos for the order if you give me 10% off. No, sir. I said, well, I can get the order for 266. It's 6,000 pesos cheaper at this place. And I gave him the name of the place. He said, yes, sir. So I said, you're not going to give me a discount? He said, no, sir. 5%. I said, okay, I'll go. Now, I'm buying stuff from this guy for years. No. So 286,000 pesos. I wanted 10% off. I wanted 28,000 pesos off. He was only willing to give me 14,000 pesos off. 14 from 286 is 282. 272. My bill would have been 272. I walked into the hardware store in the city, another lumberyard, cold. I don't know who they are. Never saw them before. And they gave me a price for 266. 6,000 pesos less than his price. So I told them, if you don't give me, I'll take the 10% off. And that will bring me down to 260,000 pesos. That'll bring it down 6,000 pesos less than the price in the city. No, sir. So he wanted me to spend an additional 6,000 pesos because he's only giving me half of 10%. I said, just for this one order, and I'll give you the money right now. No, sir. So I walked out, I ordered the order, and I had the truck. It was actually closer to the city than it is to Panglao. I had the truck go there with the order, and that was it. But I mean, they have it in their head that no matter what the order is, 5% is his maximum discount. Even I showed him the other bill. I had a bill worked up from the other place, because for those kind of orders, any place will give you a bill, bill in hand. So and with a date on it. And the bill might be good for 5 business days. So these people don't care about, they don't give discounts. It's strange. So he lost. Now, what he lost, it's his lumberyard. He's the owner. He was going to get 260,000 pesos in hand, cash, for the supplies. One truck. Everything goes on one truck. out of that 260, he would have put 25%, let's say, profit after overhead. Because how it works here is, if something comes from China, and he's Chinese, by the way, and he has it he's selling it for 1,000 pesos, he paid 500 for it. That's how it works. So out of that 260, out of that 286, he was going to pay 143,000 pesos. If he would have took the 10% off and sold it to me for 260,000 pesos, and he was going to pay 144,000 pesos, he would have made 116,000 pesos on that one order in one trip with one truck. 144 plus 116,000 is 260. He would have made 116,000 pesos for that order. That's $2,000. He would have made $2,000 for his pocket to fill out that bill of lading that he already had filled out. Take 10% off. He still would put $2,000 in his pocket, but no, because it was over the 5% discount that he has in his head. He lost the order. The other guy at 260, which was a good price. I didn't even try to work him for the price. He got 260 in his hand, cash, the next day. So there's no rhyme or reason to the way these people do business. But I will tell you, John was Chinese, and I don't know what the other guy was. He was not Chinese, but he wasn't Filipino either. I don't know what he was. He was a mixture of some sort of Asian. Because Chinese people, typically they won't give you a discount on anything, and Filipinos won't give you a good price. They just give you the high price. So whoever the guy was in the back that did the calculations, whatever nationality he wasn't Chinese, that's for sure. He didn't look Chinese either. Anyway, I got things that I want to go do. So thanks for stopping by. Yeah, and if you do business with them 10 times, Mr. Fluffy, and then you come in and say, well, I could get it from another store down the block, they get mad at you because you can get it someplace else. You have to be subservient to their prices forever once you're their customer. Strange place. Gotta go. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. Have a nice day. Bye-bye for now. And again, my update is I have $1,000 towards my objective goal of 1,800. No, excuse me. I have $825 of the $1,350 I need to pay for the drone. So I need $500 more for the drone, and then I need another $500 for my vacation money. I think you guys should get right on that. I think you should jump on that, because when I go on vacation, I am going to blog Bantallion Island. I'm going to show you the sights and sound I'm going to put some of those locales on the map, baby. That's the plan. You know what the plan is. Everybody knows what the plan is. I'm going to drone Bantallion Island with Sky King, which is the name of my drone. And on the front of the drone, it's going to say Aloe de Winter, Sky King 1, or Sky King 1, Aloe de Winter. He's the first name that's going on my drone. Other names are going to be $20 minimum, $8 a letter, 3/8 inch letters, in a permanent black or red black magic marker of your choice. I will put your name on my drone for $8 a letter. I will put my name on your drone in red or black permanent magic marker. I will put my name on the top, the bottom, or the side of my drone for $8 a letter. I'll put your name on the top, bottom, or side of the drone for a $20 minimum. I can put your initials on there, like my initials are MF. So if your initials were MF, that should be $16, $8 a letter, but there's a $20 minimum. So you got to remember, I have living expenses. I have to buy that magic markers and the ink, and I have to go get the magic markers and bring the magic markers home, and then I have to make sure the magic markers are refilled on occasion, and I have to maintain the magic markers in the vertical or horizontal or upside down position, depending on if I use them often or not. They have to be rotated, the magic markers, from down to up. A lot of maintenance on magic markers. A lot of behind-the-scenes maintenance on magic markers. A lot. A lot. More than you would know. I have a whole box of permanent magic markers. I have red magic markers, thick 1/4 inch. I have black magic markers in thick 1/4 inch. And then I have black magic markers that are 1/2 inch. I have colors of red and blue in bottles that cost 100 pesos for each refill bottle, because a new magic marker is like $4 for the big ones and $2 for the small ones. So I refill the bottles. I refill the magic markers. Maintenance on magic markers is unbelievable these days. There's a lot of behind-the-scenes maintenance. You wouldn't believe it. That's just hard to believe. I mean, even I look back in history and remember how easy it was to maintain magic markers. Now they make you unscrew the top. You got to have a little eyedropper. You got to take the eyedropper and put it in the, it's like a little ink bottle, and you squeeze it, and then you put it in the canister. But the thing that the new magic markers do that the old magic markers don't do is the tips dry up. So every once in a while you got to turn the magic marker upside down. And because if the tips get hard, the solution in the magic marker doesn't soften it up again. You got to throw the magic marker out. The old magic markers, when the tips got hard, you turned them upside down, and the solution made the tips soft again. So that's another way they scam you. You buy something, and the maintenance, you have to maintain it. Now, if the maintaining magic markers, who would have guessed? Who would have known? Okay, now that you know, you should pay me for this information, because you might start a school one day, and if you don't rotate your magic markers, they'll all go to pot, so to speak. I'm Big Permy from the Philippines, baby. Hope you enjoyed the show. Remember, Super chat often, super chat as often as you like, and I'll put down the additional $200 in PayPal I got this morning on my community page from a few days ago, and update you on how much I collected. $850 for the drone. How much I need? $1350. I need 500 more for the drone, and 500 more for traveling expenses, and we're good to go. And at some point, there's going to be a cutoff. No super chat. You can leave comments, but they will go unnoticed. That will be reasonable. That's reasonable. This clown at the bottom here who just got blocked, he's advertising somebody else's channel. You know you're not allowed to do that. And he did it anyway. So now he's permanently blocked on my channel forever. He's trolled me before in another comment above, and I didn't recognize the comment. I recognized it as a troll comment, but I didn't say anything about it, figuring, well, everybody should be allowed to troll somebody one time. But then the trolling comments kept coming, and if I don't put a stop to it, there'll be 100 trolls here tomorrow, 1,000 trolls next week. It'll be like the Arlo Guthrie song, yeah? Remember that song by Arlo Guthrie, Alice's Restaurant? You know the funny thing about Arlo Guthrie is He used to live less than 1,000 feet from where I was raised. I don't remember. I remember seeing him as a kid, and I remember seeing him as after he became a famous singer, because he used to hang out at the park, not with us, because he's a much older man, but that song Alice's Restaurant, if one person leaves a troll comment, that guy from Pattaya, Thailand, Pattaya, whatever his name is, it's a movement. But if two people start leaving cold troll comments, then it's a conspiracy. And if 3 people start doing it, it's a movement. And that's what happens when you let those guys leave a troll comment. He left one. I didn't punish him for that. I know it's a troll comment, what he left. And he left another one, and I let that one go, and then he left another one. If I don't put a curb to it, there'll be 100. Next week, he'll have his friends. Yeah, Fazio's letting trolls back on his channel. I'm not. You guys got to get it through your head. Don't troll my channel. Oh, yeah, there was one more comment at the top. Was a troll comment. I should remove him. Let's see how many times did he do it. George Brown. One comment by George Brown. That's 1, 2. Yeah, that was a good comment. The one about the donuts. So the good comment cancels out the troll comment. George Brown. Nice going there. Nice going, George Brown. Maybe the first one wasn't a troll. Who knows? When am I building the hotel? Soon. I have a lot of things going on here, George. I got a lot of projects going on. I got other things. Remember, I'm very versatile. I'm not a man who doesn't own a screwdriver. I have many, many different things that I do in the Philippines. So thanks for watching, and God day to everybody. For Michael Fazio. And I don't see Daisy May. Where's Daisy May? I'll just say it anyway. From Michael Fazio and Daisy May in the Philippines, baby. Just wait a few more months. And no matter what happens, I'll update you on Daisy May before Christmas. Okay? How's that? You guys are worried about my relationship with Daisy May soon. I'll update you. Could be next week. I'll update you. We have lots of things going on here in the Philippines. I don't just sit around my house all day and complain about dust. Or, I thought they were going to send me the table assembled. I don't have a screwdriver. I'm retired. I don't do that kind of work anymore. People do that for me. I don't have to do that work anymore. I could pay people to put tables together for me. Boy, if that didn't sound like a grown man crying. Nobody was on his channel ridiculing him for his inability to put a table together. Nobody was trolling him on his channel. He just started crying. And telling people that you don't own a screwdriver may not be the right way to go when in your next breath that you're a real man. I did this, and you should have every man, every woman, at least this is what you should have, okay? This is what you should, in your house, this is your day bucket. Let's say this is your day bucket. Every man and every woman should have a little hammer to just bang things back in place with, a little hammer. You should have a multi-option screwdriver. This has a Phillips head tip, and on the other side, there's in other tips that I have inside the handle here, there's Phillips head and flathead screws. Should have a screwdriver, a hammer. I always keep a little pair of needle nose pliers there. This is just a little day by real men have tools. And then I also keep a a file, a triangular file, because every once in a while, you have to file a burr off of something, and of course, a real man owns a battery-operated drill. And a flashlight. Real men, they own battery-operated drills. They don't cry that their mother didn't buy them tools. They don't cry that they don't own tools. I don't have to own tools. I'm a retired man. And of course, real men have drills, and this is a hammer drill, or you can use it for putting in hex head screws or tap cons. Real men have tools. Real men don't cry that I don't even have a screwdriver. I'm proud I don't have a screwdriver. I'm retired. I'm retired. And he got mad when nobody was making fun that he didn't own a screwdriver. He literally got mad at himself, trying to justify that he didn't own a screwdriver or need one. Okay, you don't need a screwdriver, but you just said you did 1,000,000 pesos worth of work on your house. How do you do 1,000,000 pesos worth of work on your house and you don't own a screwdriver or have a hammer to put a table together? Nobody was ridiculing you for that. You were crying because you knew that your toolbox was inadequate. You know that. Everybody knows that. It's not a secret. Jesus Christ, if most people that just spent 1,000,000 pesos to fix up their house would have some tools in case they had to adjust the door or handle on a refrigerator or something like that. But nobody cares that you didn't have a screwdriver. It was you that was crying like one in the wilderness. Crying, I don't need a screwdriver, I'm retired. I pay people. That's good that you pay people to do that. That's very good. Good job. You're retired. But you just did 1,000,000 pesos worth of work on your house. You should have a screwdriver. That's normal. What are you going to do? Go to the police and say, he's making fun of me, I don't have a screwdriver? No, I'm telling you that a real man that's just did 1,000,000 pesos worth of work on their house would have a toolbox in their house. That's what a real man would have in their house, a basic toolbox. This isn't rocket science. Nobody made fun of you because you didn't have a screwdriver. You were mad at yourself, so you decided to scream at the screen, I don't care, I don't need a screwdriver. No, you don't need a screwdriver. If you can pay somebody to do everything for you, that's God bless you. But you got mad at yourself knowing that you don't have a screwdriver and that I have a screwdriver, and you're jealous of my toolbox. We know that. Everybody knows that. It's not a secret. I'm being permanently from the Philippines, baby. Bye-bye for now. I'll be back in a day or so when I start to get my orders. Tomorrow I have to go meet with the owners of 2 hotels to make sure it's okay to put drones on their property. Bye-bye for now. Thanks for stopping by.